Και τώρα θα συνδεθούμε με τον κύριο Hans Schwarz, professor από το Πανεπιστήμιο του Regensburg. Το θέμα της ομιλίας του είναι «Αναπτύσσοντας την Ναύπακτο 2030, χωρίς να την καταστρέψουμε». Είμαστε εντάξει, Συγγνώμη, απλά... Συνεχίζουμε τη σύνδεση. Μάλλον συνεχίζουμε. Ο κύριος... Ωραία. Ναι, συγγνώμη, ωραία. Ο κύριος Schwarz είναι καθηγητής στο Trinity Lutheran Seminary στο Columbus του Οχάιο, ενώ υπήρξε καθηγητής σε άλλα 5 πανεπιστήμια της Ευρώπης και Αμερικής. Έχει πραγματοποιήσει περισσότερες από 600 διαλέξεις σε όλο τον κόσμο, ενώ έχει διακριθεί με μετάλλια από τις χώρες της Σλοβακίας, Ελλάδας, Ρουμανίας, Ουγγαρίας και Τσεχίας. Κύριε Schwarz, please.
My topic is moving Năupactos to 2030 without spoiling it. But what can I, as a foreigner, contribute to this topic? Though I'm a foreigner, I'm not a stranger to Năupactos. For many years, I conducted seminars with students from my home University of Regensburg, and later also with students from Korea in this beautiful town. Nowadays, I'm still visiting the monastery Metamorphosis at least once a year. Năupactos is a beautiful town with a long history, an impressive castle, and a charming harbor. Greek people like to vacation here. Of course, you could also try to attract more foreigners to spend a few weeks in the summer in this beautiful town and on its unspoiled beaches. Năupactos is largely unknown in Germany. You have to contact the big vacation providers, such as TUI and All Tours, that they put you into their programs. Yet tourism is seasonal, and it usually provides just low-paying jobs. Even if you enter into mass tourism, which God may prevent for Năupactos, the situation will not be any better. Moreover, with the summers getting increasingly hotter, Greece may lose its attractiveness for summer vacationers. So what is there in store for this beautiful town? Look at your young people. Who are your future? Are they staying here, or are they leaving for Athens or Patras or even another country? They are not leaving because these places are more beautiful. Năupactos is beautiful by itself, but other places provide more job opportunities. Is it impossible, however, to create good-paying job opportunities here? I'm sure that housing and living are less expensive here than in Patras or in Athens. Is it impossible to hold them here and to create an environment that satisfies them? Why don't you try to establish a technopark, perhaps on the western side of the town close to the freeways? This means to provide a place and a space, and eventually subsidies, so that you are competitive and you can attract startup companies in the technology field or in the IT area. I'm sure that many young people would love to work in these fields if the city helps such companies financially to get started and to provide opportunities for people who live here. But they do not stay here if there are no opportunities for them. You must really try to win them and sell them that staying in Năupactos is preferable to moving to other places. Already in school, you should let them know that they don't have to leave their hometown except for higher education, and that they are welcome to apply in Năupactos whatever they have learned somewhere else. When you want to establish companies, whether new or old ones, you must remember that you are in competition with other cities. No company will move to Năupactos or establish itself there unless there are incentives to do so. By incentives, I do not mean loans, but outright subsidies to companies or upstarts if they want to establish themselves in your technopark. This money by which you subsidize them will not be lost. Eventually, there will be returns in terms of taxes and of what the workers will spend in your town. For instance, in Dresden, in Saxony, in Germany, the worldwide leading Taiwanese chip producer, TSMC, will build a factory there starting next May to the tune of 10 billion euros. Of the cost, 5 billion are a subsidy by the German government because it tries to attract investment in Germany. Such subsidies are international customary. As we all know, working in chip manufacturing yields high-paying jobs and creates little pollution. In thinking about Nαύπακτος, I am not talking about big companies, but small ones with young people who have the drive and the technological know-how to provide marketable items in the technology field or in the IT area. I'm sure that the potential is there, but will the ground be provided by the local government, meaning especially the city of Nαύπακτος? For such endeavors, I'm sure the European Union will provide help, if only asked. You have representatives in Brussels who may help you in these endeavors. One was on the program yesterday. But now I must also say something about the place that is unique as far as I know, the monastery Metamorphosis. The monks have built a beautiful church dedicated to Mary of Nαύπακτος. With appropriate publicity, this impressive church could become a pilgrimage church where people from all over the country gather for worship and special feasts. The Holy Liturgy is certainly very important, but the sermon which stands at the conclusion of the Holy Liturgy addresses the needs of the people. It gives them direction for the coming week and comforts them in their daily lives. Then there are youth camps in the summer at a lovely retreat place where young people are immersed in their Orthodox faith and where they also have free time to play and to swim. So what does this mean for Nαύπακτος in 2030? First of all, it means that business is not everything. Next to the city, there is also an important monastery. Unlike an animal, humans have an awareness of something or someone greater than they are, of God. The task of this monastery is to feed the souls of the people in Nαύπακτος and beyond. This brings me to an important point. Christians in Western Europe have hardly any understanding of the Orthodox faith. This can also be said vice versa, that Orthodox Christians, like you in Nαύπακτος, have hardly any understanding of Roman Catholicism or of Protestantism. For many years, I conducted a one-week seminar, as I mentioned in the beginning, with the intent purpose, so that young people would have at least some understanding of Orthodoxy as a valid expression of the Christian faith. On the other hand, it surprised perhaps some in the city when we had our morning devotions on the beach, right in front of Hotel Acti. This seminar left an indelible impression on the spiritual mind of many students. And this kind of spiritual and intellectual exchange is much needed to learn from each other and to appreciate each other as equal brothers and sisters in Christ. For many students, this was also the first encounter with monks and an abbot with whom they could talk and who showed them that they are down-to-earth human beings. Especially for Protestants, this provided them with a new appreciation of monastic life. Yet, what does this have to do with Nαύπακτος in 2030? The monastery should investigate other avenues in which scholarly and spiritual exchange with students and professors from other Christian faith could be made possible. For instance, at the Protestant faculty of the University of Erlangen, not far away from Regensburg, there's also a professorship for theology and history of the Christian East. The person who occupies this professorship was born in Constantinople. It might be possible to establish a connection between this professor, hagiography Gasse, and metamorphosis, so that German students could encounter a vibrant monastic community. Now, these are just some suggestions how the city and the monastery could move to 2030 without spoiling their beauty. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schwarz.